Veil of shadows. Senna discarded her tunic into the grass, letting the gentle breeze caress her bare skin. The remnants of her journey clung to the thick leather armor she wore, crafted to withstand the most treacherous of battles. Her boots were often worn, laces fraying yet resilient under her weight. She was a hunter at heart, after all, and she had a purpose, even if it seemed strange at first. It had all started with the invitation, a glimmer of gold parchment that found its way into her hands at the marketplace. The royal wedding would take place at the Grand Palace in Aerolith, a city known for its vibrant bazaars and exquisite architecture. Senna had no direct invitation, but opportunity knocked when a rumor flew through the local tavern. The royal artist had suddenly passed, and they were in dire need of fresh talent to capture the momentous occasion. That's how she had met Asha, a fiery-haired artist whose paint-stained fingers spoke of passion and creativity. She burst into the inn where Senna was resting, plucking an invitation out of thin air, eyes alight with the thrill of adventure. "Come with me, hunter," Asha had exclaimed, her voice a melodic call to arms. "The wedding needs my touch, and you'll help me navigate this wild new world." Despite her intimidating first impression, Senna found herself captivated by Asha's exuberance. They would travel together to the palace, where Asha planned to make a name for herself, her vibrant dreams laid out like the colors of her palette. They had departed early in the morning, the sun casting gentle light over the fields that bordered the town. Senna felt a strange pull towards Asha, each laugh that unraveled from her lips tugged at something deep inside her that she could not quite name. As night fell, they found themselves camped by the shimmering Starlight River, a location renowned for its majestic beauty. Asha continued her creative flow, sketching the moon's reflection upon the water, the silver light filtering through the trees. Senna knew they should be preparing for sleep, but she couldn't tear her gaze from Asha, the way the moon illuminated her fiery curls, making her seem ethereal, as if she were part of the very night itself. "I'm going to wash up," Asha declared suddenly, breaking Senna's trance. Her voice held the confidence of 1,000 brush strokes. "Join me." Senna's heart raced. She hesitated, reminded that her armor still felt more comfortable than being vulnerable before Asha. But Asha's smile coaxed her forward like a warm embrace. Standing at the riverbank, the water sparkled like fractured glass under the moonlight. Asha stepped into the cool water, her dress, a flowing garment of emerald silk, clinging to her frame and showcasing the aspirations and fears that danced in her eyes. As Senna approached, Asha turned, catching her in a gaze that spoke of uncharted territories and dreams yet to be painted. "Come on, Senna. You've trained as a hunter, now practice the art of being free for once." The challenge ignited something within Senna, a fierce yearning to break the mold that had long confined her. With determination, she began to undress, revealing her own skin to the tender kiss of the night air. The water was invigorating, wrapping around her legs, drawing her closer to Asha, who was laughing, inviting her deeper into the embrace of the river. For a moment, the world shrank to just the two of them, and the weight of their respective pasts faded beneath the lapping waves. "I want to paint your spirit," Asha said suddenly, the words floating like petals on the breeze. "You are a wild thing, full of untamed beauty. Let it show." Senna felt heat rise in her cheeks, the steam of Asha's words mixing with the coolness of the water. "You see me?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. "Of course I do." Asha splashed some water at her playfully, laughter bubbling from her lips. "You're fierce and strong, but there's a softness in you that wants to be set free." In that instant, something shifted in Senna. The armor, the responsibilities of her past life, they all began to feel heavy and burdensome. Beneath Asha's vibrant energy, she wanted to let go of everything that had weighed her down for so long. Under the moon's watchful gaze, they drew closer, the river between them melding into a forgotten memory. Asha's smile was all Senna could see, that warmth igniting a courage she couldn't recognize. Then, Asha reached out, her calloused hands delicately cupping Senna's jaw, guiding her face closer. Their breaths mingled under the embrace of the night, and as their lips met, a spark ignited, melding passion with longings unvoiced. It felt like the brush of paint on canvas, the beginning of something divine. Pulling away, the flood of sensations overwhelmed Senna. What was that? She stammered, a mix of trepidation and exhilaration coursing through her veins. That was me asking you to break free from the chains of what you think you ought to be, Asha replied, the vulnerability in her eyes reflecting a depth that struck Senna to her core. You're more than a hunter. You are art incarnate, raw, powerful, and wild. The silence enveloped them, and for the first time, Senna truly felt known. I've never, she began, words tangled in her throat. It's okay, Asha interjected softly. Whatever you feel, give it room to bloom. Do you want to run back to the safety of your life, or do you want to embrace what you've discovered here with me? Senna hesitated, torn between the life she had known, and the vibrant possibility of something new. This, she gestured to the river, to Asha, to the world that enveloped them. This feels right. But I don't know if I can leave everything behind. Then don't leave everything behind, Asha said, gentle but firm. You don't have to choose, Senna. You can carry the hunter within you while embracing this artist you're finding with me. It can coexist. The kindness in Asha's gaze made Senna's heart swell. You're not fitting me into a mold, she murmured, realization dawning like the sun peeking over the horizon. You're helping me create my own. With dawn approaching, the shadows of the night began to retreat, but the bond they had shared lingered, a painted memory, rich with color and possibility. Hand in hand, they emerged from the river, two souls entwined, ready to face the world beyond, to chase dreams, and joy amidst the laughter and hues that awaited them at the royal palace. They arrived in Aerolith with the sun shining behind them, hearts entwined and hope blooming. The opulent palace loomed ahead, and with it, the promise of the royal wedding. But more than the ceremony, they would capture moments of beauty, together, as Asha painted and Senna found a way to stand by her side, not just as a protector but as someone who truly saw Asha's soul. In this new chapter, framed by the artistry of their hearts, they would learn that the world was vast, filled with adventures they could seize. They would walk into the palace side by side, brave and free, for together, they were unstoppable, a canvas etched beautifully with shades of love and light. As Senna and Asha approached the gates of the palace, anticipation thrummed in the air like the distant echo of a drumroll. The intricate golden filigree sparkled in the morning light, casting dazzling reflections that danced against the cobblestones beneath their feet. Colorful banners hanging from the palace walls fluttered like excited butterflies, each heralding the arrival of dignitaries and artists from all corners of the realm. Are you ready for this? Asha asked, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm as she adjusted the sleeves of her gown, intricate floral patterns woven into the fabric that danced daintily in the breeze. I wasn't ready until you came along, Senna replied, her voice steady, though her heart fluttered like a trapped bird. She felt a blush creep to her cheeks and quickly smoothed her own attire, a deep indigo ensemble that complemented her strong physique and heightened her striking presence, all the while hiding the familiar leather armor that lay beneath. Then let's make our mark, Asha said confidently, her voice a fierce melody that echoed through Senna's soul. Together they stepped through the grand archway, the bustling sounds of the court enveloping them like an elaborate tapestry. The gardens bloomed vibrantly, filled with laughter and the chatter of nobles bedecked in extravagant gowns and suits. Servants whisked trays of delicacies past them, exotic fruits and pastries glimmering temptingly in the sun. Asha's gaze darted around, her excitement palpable as she took in the dazzling sight before her. Over there. Asha pointed to a large canvas set up near a marble fountain, the royal guards standing watch like stone sentinels. I can already tell who the royal painter will be. Let's introduce ourselves. Senna felt a thrill of dread pooling in her stomach, but she couldn't let doubt overshadow Asha's exuberance. They approached and the assembled artists, adorned in striking colors and elaborate garments, were deep in discussion, critiquing each other's work with fervor. Excuse me, Asha called out, stepping forward, her voice carrying over the crowd. I'm Asha of Riverbend, and I wish to present my talents for the royal wedding. At the mention of her name, heads turned and eyes locked onto Asha. Murmurs of curiosity buzzed through the crowd. A few scoffed, unimpressed, but Senna noticed a couple of established painters nodding appreciatively at Asha's boldness. There was a sense of camaraderie among those who shared the craft, and Asha was no outsider. And this is my companion Senna, Asha continued, gesturing to her. She is an expert in the ways of the wilderness, and will be my protector as I paint moments that capture the essence of this joyous union. Several eyebrows arched at the mention of a protector, while others exchanged whispers. The artist seemed intrigued, drawn into Asha's infectious energy. "Welcome, young painter," one older man with paint-streaked robes said, his voice warm yet commanding. "We are in need of fresh perspectives. If you truly consider yourself worthy, prove your talent to the royal court." Warmth bloomed in Asha's chest as she turned to Senna, her excitement shining bright. "Did you hear that? I just need to show them what I can do." She glanced around and spotted an empty easel set against an opulent backdrop of flowering vines. "They need a live painting. It will set me apart from the others." Senna's heart raced. "Right now? In front of everyone? Why not? There's no time like the present." Asha's enthusiasm was infectious, and Senna couldn't help but feel a bit of her own courage surging back. With deft movements, Asha gathered her brushes and paints, a beautiful array of colors that shimmered with the light of the day. As she began her work, she announced her plan to paint an image that embodied the spirit of the wedding celebration, a canvas filled with joy, love, and the festival of culture surrounding them. Senna stood at her side, her presence a grounding force against the whirlwind of activity that enveloped them. She scanned the crowd for any signs of danger, ready to step in if her instincts honed from years of hunting told her to. As Asha painted, the colors sprang to life. Strokes of vibrant yellow and soft pink danced together, forming flowers in bloom that seemed to whisper sweet nothings in the breeze. She hummed an upbeat tune, lost in her creation, while Senna marveled at the fluidity with which the artist moved. Each brushstroke was a heartbeat, a spark of emotion translating onto the canvas. A small crowd began to gather, drawn to the luminescent beauty of Asha's work. Noblewomen and gentlemen leaned in closer, comments and gentle laughter filling the air as they watched the scene unfold. Senna felt the warmth spreading within her, the pride swelling in her chest. Hours passed, with Asha painting and Senna standing by her side, lost in the rhythm of the moment. She felt something magical happening, not only in Asha's art but in herself. The doubts that had once clouded her mind faded into whispers, replaced by a sense of purpose that electrified her every nerve. Finally, as the sun dipped low in the sky, casting a warm golden glow, Asha spun around, her eyes sparkling with triumph. "Done," she exclaimed, breathless and flushed with excitement. The gathered crowd gasped as they beheld the finished painting. The canvas radiated the celebration's spirit, bursting with life and vibrancy. Festive colors swirled, depicting delicate figures dancing beneath cascading blossoms, capturing the essence of love, the very heartbeat of the royal wedding. Cheers erupted from the onlookers and Asha beamed. The older painter who had welcomed them earlier stepped forward, his face full of admiration. "You have great talent, Asha of Riverbend. The crown will surely be pleased, and I believe you've just secured your place amongst us." A wave of relief washed over Asha, her effervescent spirit nearly lifting her off the ground. The crowd surged around her, clapping and exchanging praise. However, even amidst the noise, Senna's eyes never left Asha. But as the moment settled, Senna noticed figures emerging from the shadows. Noblemen cloaked in darkness approached, their expressions hard as stone, eyes honed in on their growing success. "Just who is this wild girl claiming to be our next royal portraitist?" one of the men sneered, his voice laced with disdain. "What qualifies you to paint among true artists?" Senna stepped forward, instincts on high alert. "You would do well to respect her talent," she said fiercely, standing tall despite the unease creeping in. "She's captured more than just beauty on that canvas, she's captured the life we all seek." Asha placed her hand on Senna's, a gentle reminder that she was not alone. "Art speaks for itself," Asha replied, her tone firm. "And I will not be swayed by the likes of you." The tension in the air thickened. The nobleman smirked, but there was a glint in his eye that Senna recognized. He was testing them, trying to provoke a reaction. "Fear not, my dear," he taunted, looking directly at Asha. "You're merely a fleeting spark in a world of darkness. There are those who do not take kindly to such boldness." But before Asha could respond, a regal voice cut through the mounting tension, commanding yet inviting. "What's this disturbance?" A figure approached, clothed in royal blue and gold, her golden hair cascading like a waterfall down her back. The crowd parted, and there stood Princess Lyra, the bride-to-be, her presence magnetic as she took command of the space. Her sharp gaze landed on Asha and Senna, curiosity flickering in her eyes. "I saw the painting," she said, the edge of a smile on her lips. "It carries a spirit I haven't seen in a long time. You girl," she gestured to Asha, "will you show me more of your work?" Asha's eyes widened in astonishment. "Your Highness, no need for reservations. You have created magic today, and I wish to see how deep that well of creativity goes." With a nod from the princess, the earlier scornful nobleman retreated, vanishing back into the crowd. The tide had shifted, and Asha grinned, her eyes shining with excitement. "Let us show her." Asha turned to Senna, her enthusiasm contagious. "We'll paint together. This isn't just my journey anymore, we're in this together now." Senna swallowed the lump of anxiety in her throat, it felt as if they were standing at the edge of something boundless. "Together," she echoed, the word reverberating with newfound strength. They would not only be artists, they would ensure the colors of their world were vibrant and bold, capturing not only the beauty of the palace but also the raw pulse of their burgeoning connection. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a warm glow over the festival, Senna took a deep breath, looking out at the crowd now gathered to witness Asha's craft. Together they would create their legacy, blending art and passion like the colors of a dawn that promised endless possibility. And as the sky darkened, with glittering stars dotting the canvas above, Senna felt a thrill of adventure pulse through her veins. They were both awakened to a world brimming with potential, two hearts intertwined, ready to paint their dreams upon the vast tapestry of life. As the first stars began to twinkle overhead, casting a serene light on the gathered crowd, Asha gathered her brushes again, her vibrant spirit unyielding. Senna felt a pleasant hum of excitement thrumming within her as she joined Asha by the easel, feeling the warmth of their shared space and purpose. "Let's show them what we can create together," Asha said, her eyes sparkling with anticipation. The crowd surrounded them, a mixture of curious nobles and fellow artists eager to witness the collaborative energy of the hunter and the artist. With each stroke of Asha's brush, Senna felt the merging of their worlds. Asha's colors soared, and Senna began to add elements of the hunting life, the silhouettes of animals poised in graceful stances, and the lush greenery of the wild crafted beneath Asha's vibrant blooms. "Blend it, mix it. It's about harmony," Asha called as they worked side by side, laughter spilling between them like the colors dancing on the canvas. Drawing from their experiences, they painted a tapestry of life, wildflowers wreathed in swirls of deep greens and ambers, with flashes of joy expressed through dancing figures, and ethereal animals frolicking among them. It was a reflection of their journey, their passions entwined in vivid brushstrokes. The palace courtyard buzzed with excitement, the crowd watching in awe as vibrant patterns unfolded. The connection Senna felt with Asha deepened with each collaborative brushstroke. They hardly spoke, their souls weaving together as seamlessly as the colors splashed across the canvas. Time became an abstract concept as the night deepened, the laughter of guests, the gentle murmur of music, and the encouragement of the princess painting a backdrop of support. With every smile shared, every glance exchanged, they built something more significant than just a portrait of a royal wedding, they built a bridge between their worlds. As the final touches settled onto the canvas, Asha stepped back, tilting her head to survey their collective work. "What do you think?" she asked breathlessly. Senna gazed at the completed masterpiece, a celebration of life, color, and passion encapsulated in a single moment. "It's perfect," she breathed, the awe in her voice reflecting the wonder of their combined efforts. At that moment, Princess Lyra approached, her expression warm and approving. "You have created something exquisite, something that embodies not only the joy of marriage but the very spirit of this kingdom." The crowd erupted in applause, and Senna felt a swell of pride blossom within her. This was Asha's victory, their triumph as a team. But it also marked the beginning of something much deeper, an exploration of their shared dreams, aspirations, and hearts. "I knew I saw potential in you," the princess continued, her voice resounding above the cheers. You shall both have a place in my court, not just as artists, but as creative souls unafraid to venture into uncharted territory. Will you accept this offer? Asha beamed brightly, her joy radiating like the paintings she created. Absolutely. We would be honored. Senna met Asha's exuberant gaze, feeling a rush of unspoken promises between them, their connection deepening beyond art and ambition. Together, she whispered, her heart dancing to a newfound rhythm. And as they exchanged knowing smiles, a new path unfurled before them, leading to endless possibilities. The laughter and cries of celebration surged around them as the party continued. Yet, in that moment, nothing felt more significant than their bond. They stepped forward to announce their acceptance of the princess's offer, but it became clearer to Senna that their journey was no longer just about the opportunity or the royal court. It was about embracing who they were becoming, with each other as their catalysts for greatness. The night blossomed into a festival, lanterns hung aloft, casting gentle light over the palace gardens, and music filled the air, harmonizing with the laughter and excitement swirling about them. They walked through the gardens hand in hand, drawing closer with every step. Can you believe this is our reality now? Asha said, looking around at the splendor that enveloped them. Once just dreams, now tangible. Yes, Senna replied, squeezing Asha's hand. And I can't wait to explore it all with you by my side. As they stood beneath the starlit sky, breathing in the joy of the moment, they felt the universe shift in their favor. Whatever challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, two artists navigating the complexities of life, art, and love. In this tapestry of colors painted with laughter, boldness, and fervor, they knew that this journey was only the beginning, a first stroke of many on their shared canvas. And as the fireworks exploded above, silver and gold pieces illuminating the night sky, they felt a spark ignite within their hearts. For together, they were not just a hunter and an artist, they were a formidable force of nature, ready to shape their destinies, hand in hand, forever entwined in a masterpiece that surpasses time and definition, the painting of a life well lived, vibrant and true. And with the night unfolding before them, a promise whispered amongst the stars, they set forth to claim their place in a story far more grand than they ever dared to dream.